Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are doing fantastic. What a beautiful day. What a beautiful day. It's one of those days that is really sunny. You can see it here in the camera, but at the same time it's a little bit chilly. I think it was like 60 degrees or something like that. I love it. I really love it. I should have been wearing gloves. My hands are a little bit cold, but I'm not going too far. I'm going to church. Today's Sunday, Resurrection Day, and I'm excited to go to church. We're gonna have a dinner or a lunch with the family and things like that. So the wife stayed home. She's doing a bunch of cooking, a bunch of stuff with the kids. They're preparing for this. But I'm gonna go to church because once I want to, and two, I help in the church. So I need to be there, right? So here's the thing. Some of you guys that only go to church on Easter and Christmas and things like that, you're really missing out. You're really missing out. I'm not talking about that in this video, but what I'm saying is that you're missing out because church family is so great. You should try to go every week. But anyways, let's digress and go back to the Road King, which I'm going to tell you, I have really an interesting relationship with the Road King. I really do, because I love these baggers for years upon years. I really do. You know, I love the look. Primarily it's the look. I love the Road Glide, the Electric Glide, the Street Glide, the Road King. All these bikes has been bikes that I always kind of was like, wow, that's really nice bikes, right? And the Road King is such an iconic bike. It's just such a beautiful bike, and you kind of get a lot of the benefits of the baggers. Obviously you get the bags, you get the windshield, you don't get a fairing, you get a windshield. But at the same time, it's the bike that it still allows you to connect so well with everything going on. And this is what I mean, right? I don't have a fairing, so if I take this off, I feel no wind right here, by the way. If I take this off, it just, all the wind is gonna hit me. And again, you know, it kind of gives you that look or feeling of a motorcycle, right? Sometimes when you have all those fairings and all that stuff, you kind of miss that feeling in a way, right? Like you have so much in front of you that you feel like you're driving something else, right? The Road King doesn't do that. I mean, look at this. I see the ground, I see everything. You are so connected with what's going on, and I love it. I love that about this bike, right? But here's the thing. When I initially got this bike, I hated it. I really hated it. It was one of those things that I was like, what happened? What was going on? What was the deal with this? If you saw some of my first videos, I said things that I didn't like, and in fact, it was just hurting my back. It was uncomfortable. It was just not what I wanted, right? And I came to the conclusion that in order for me to get the bike how I want it, comfortable enough for me to ride it, I had to do some modifications to the bike. Obviously, I'm going to stop here very soon and kind of show you some of the stuff that I done that you guys seen already in the past. But in case you're new to the channel, by the way, don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and stay tuned because we got lots of videos coming up here, lots of motor vlogs and things like that. But again, you know, it was one of those things that I was like, you gotta be kidding me, you know, it's so uncomfortable. I remember I went for 20 minutes, there we go, 20-minute ride, and I made it home, and I couldn't move. You know, if you don't know, I have back issues, and I told my wife I can't even move, and my wife is like, whoa, what's going on? And I was kind of like, well, I got a Road King. I mean, it's supposed to be a comfortable bike. So if this is happening to me with a Road King, what is that telling you? That's telling you that I really won't be able to ride anything else. I really won't. And I was so demotivated because, again, you know, riding is such a passionate of mine, and I already got to give it up in some cases, right? Like I can't ride as much as I wanted to, right? I can't go in a whole day of riding. It kills my back and things like that. So I'm already in a position where I cannot do some of the riding style that I wanted to do, right? I'm already, you know, not being able to do what I want. So again, it's frustrating. It's not fun at all. But 20 minutes, it was ridiculous. Like the fact that I couldn't go out for more than 20 minutes it was just straight up ridiculous. And it was the fact that simply, you know, I had to make some modifications to the bike. So a year later, what do I think about it over a year and a half later, right? I love it. I just love this bike. I love everything about this bike. I love how the bike feels. I love essentially everything. Let's come in here and let's find a place to park. I don't know. I was trying to look for some shade. That was a horrible turn. Since I changed the controllers, let's see if I can do this turn. Look where I'm going. There we go. Since I changed the controllers, I got a different, I mean, the clutch feels a lot better. And then the throttle cables and things like that. So I still have to get used to that, right? Wow. Talking about back pain, my back is just killing me. Let's look at the bike and let's talk about this. So there's the Road King, and as you can see, I mean, I'm telling you, I love it right now. But obviously there was several things that I did in order to make it as comfortable, in order to make it the best bike that I could. The first thing is the apes, and I'm gonna do a specific video on the apes. I want to kind of give you full feedback and all that. But again, those apes, what allows me to do is that now I could have a position, or I could, you know, ride this bike in a position where I'm straight, right? So I sit down, I'm pretty straight, my shoulders come across, and again, that is way better than before. Before, with the bars that I had, I was kind of like leaning forward, and it was just very slightly lean, wasn't too much. But again, that just maybe like an inch or 2 inches of leaning forward will kill my back after some time. So again, those apes has made it so amazing, right? And then the next thing is the saddle, right? Having the saddle, this is a step up. If you haven't seen it in a Road King, here you get a closer look. Usually you don't see the saddles in a Road King, but now you can see it right there. And again, you know, it's not the best comfortable all-day saddle, if you ask me, probably, but it's good enough. And this thing right here, it gives you such a great support, right? It gives you enough support to be planted, enough support to feel, you know, that lumbar support back here. That helps out a lot. One thing that I really like about this step up saddle is that when you hit the throttle, again, ADA, it's not like I'm doing anything crazy, but when you hit the throttle, it keeps you in place, and again, provides that lumbar support that allows you to have a more comfortable ride. So let me give you a walkthrough of the Road King so far, how it's looking. 2005 Road King. And to me, I mean, I've done multiple different things. I may do a video on oncoming projects that I want to do to the Road King and everything that I've done so far. There's a lot more to be done. I mean, I got, oh man, I got so much more to do in this bike. But again, just that simple bars and that simple saddle change everything. And here's the deal. Wow, the sun is everywhere. But if I would have bought a new motorcycle, let's say if I would have got a new 2020 or 2021, I would have done bars, and I would have probably done the saddle. A new bike, as newer as it can be, without those bars, it would have been bad, because again, you know, having that back issue. So 2021, I probably would have hated until I put bars, and probably until I would have put a new saddle. No matter what year it is, it's a thing that, you know, it has to fit you. And here's the last thing I'm gonna say. You see this bike right here? That's my bike, right? It fits me. Bike fits me. So if you look to buy a bike or something like that, wow, the shade is crazy. But if you look to get a bike or something like that, right, just remember this. There may be a thing that you're gonna have to do. There may be something that you have to do to that bike to make it yours. So don't think you're gonna find the perfect bike out there. Don't think it's gonna be like, okay, this is great, right? You're gonna be able to find a bike at a good price, whatever it is, and then you're gonna have to modify it to you, because again, you may have your own personal things that you got to deal with. Look at that. She's sexy. Woo! Very, very nice. All right, time to go to church. I've been playing around here way too much. I'm starting to almost run late. Good thing that I'm very close to it. Here's the thing, this light right here, obviously when you turn the switch on, you're supposed to allow this light to come up and turn off, just like I did right now, right? But I don't know why. Turn on, turn off, turn on, turn off. I don't know what's the deal with that. I don't remember doing that in the past. Uh-oh. Let me take a look back, make sure I didn't forget anything. Right, I got all my stuff. Yeah. Maybe too much information for some of you guys, but I don't know what's the deal with these pins. They feel so tight. I think I have gained weight lately. Wow, what a beautiful day. Well, there it is, guys. You know, 1 year later, or 1 year and some later, I'm very, very happy that I got this motorcycle. Very, very happy. You know, I done some great modifications to it. I pay a good price for it. And yes, it's not the best bike out there, but to me, it's such a good bike, and I'm enjoying it so much. You know, it fits me perfectly. It's exactly what I wanted, how I wanted to do it, and I'm so excited to keep this bike for the long way. I'm gonna tell you, I'm not getting rid of this bike. I'm really not. I'm planning to buy a second bike eventually, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna get rid of this bike. I'm planning to keep this bike into pretty much I die, right? I want to be one of those guys that, I don't know, 30 years from now, the kids or grandkids go like, hey, Grandpa has that an 05 Road King in the garage, and I could tell stories what I did with this motorcycle to my grandchildren. I don't know, that's my idea. Let me know what you think. Put comments down below. And as always, God is in control.